Improv Gaming's Microsoft E3 pre-show. As usual, sorry, a lot of us haven't had a lot of sleep. The champ over here is struggling.
I am struggling.
I'm the biggest Zelda fan in the world. Jeremy Bird, don't believe me, there's a tattoo of the Triforce on my arm and the Master Sword in my pants. As usual. Biggest Zelda fan in the world, coming at you once again. I'm joined by the two coolest guys in gaming. First to my right, he is the far right, make that he's the fucking man himself. He has the best ponytail in the business.
It's fabulous.
Mr. Nicholas De Jesus.
How's it going tonight, everybody?
And to my close right, he is the host of the most, Mr. Improv Gaming hat himself, Mr. Pete Anderson.
What's going on, guys?
I'm super jelly about that.
What?
Your hat.
Oh, I fixed that.
Nice.
I got you.
I love when these motherfuckers are on the ball, baby.
Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, so Microsoft, what do we think, guys?
Alright, Microsoft. You already know my prediction.
It's gonna suck.
I've been saying it for 3 weeks.
You're saying longer than 3 weeks. Come on, Reggie. Come on, Reggie.
No. Realistically, I really can't, I can't fathom anything phenomenal out of Microsoft.
I really couldn't think of anything.
Yeah, I mean, I could think of maybe, possibly some new IPs, definitely a Halo game. But I mean, Pete's more of a professional when it comes to Microsoft than I am.
I mean, he's not helping us out, right?
Yeah, he's really not.
Trying to fix this because it was saying Bethesda.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's get into Xbox. What's going on, guys? Microsoft coming up. Big things are coming. Let's start off with, let's talk about Gears of War 4.
Okay.
Is it there?
It better be. But I don't think we're going to get a full head-on thing. We'll probably get like an expose, publisher coming out, talking about it, some dude that's been working on what the concepts are of the game, what kind of motifs they wanted for the overall theme, stuff like that. We're not going to get, I don't think we're going to get a really in-depth look at gameplay. We might get some scenery like we did when we first opened up to Dishonored. Yeah. It didn't really seem like we were going to get gameplay, but then we did get gameplay. So I don't think we're going to get gameplay. We might get some character models, some scenery, and some motifs on.
Keep going.
And some motifs on what the overall theme of the game is going to be, and kind of like where their art direction is going, stuff like that. I think we'll get out of Gears of War.
So is Gears 4? Who's the main character? Marcus?
No, it's going to be his son.
Ooh,
yeah, it's going to be his son. And basically, like the advertisement looks like the son is going to be really like relying on a lot of things from the past. A lot like Marcus towards Gears of War 3, where he was really relying on information from his father while you were going through Gears of War 3.
Interesting.
So I think it's going to be kind of the same deal where, the Locusts come back, and now Marcus's son has to kind of Joaquin, we'll call him Joaquin Phoenix. We'll call him Joaquin Phoenix until we know his name. Is relying on what Marcus Phoenix went through, and kind of like relying on that information. That's what I feel like. I feel like it's going to be a repetition of Redemption. Is it Gears of War Redemption?
No, just Gears of War.
No. The prequel that came out. Judgment, where it was like Marcus's father that you were playing as.
No. In Judgment, you played as Cole, a young Cole, and a young Baird.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't anything to do with Microsoft.
Oh, all right.
Microsoft. Okay, so moving on. Sorry, I have a lot of hands in a lot of cookie jars. We're gonna move into Forza Horizon 3. Do we see the next Forza
Horizon 3? Did you mean?
Nope, that's Forza Motorsport is the one that's up to like 6 or 7. Forza Horizon's more the arcadic one.
Oh, there's no Horizon Zero Dawn. That's where I was getting confused.
No.
I'm like, that's not them.
Forza Horizon 3. Do we see it?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what to make of Forza. I mean, this is a complicated part for me, right? Microsoft and Sony traditionally will always showcase their racing sims, right? They'll always do something about their racing sims. Is it going to be big or is it going to be small? We'll see. I mean, with the fallout from the whole thing with EA and the sports last year, I don't know if Microsoft and Sony are going to focus on sports. They might focus more on esports, and they might use Forza as a way to like say, well, we're also doing racing on esports. So we'll see how that goes. But esports and racing, that's a little less convincing to me. Skill comes from the first-person shooters and the fighters, but racing is more. I would say it feels more like chance. You can knock somebody out of the ring and go. There's more opportunity to kind of be a douchebag when it comes to racing than there is when it
run them off the road and smash them into stuff.
Yeah, essentially, But I think their racing sims have gotten good about punishing people with that. Like if you smack into somebody, your car is going to be affected, and that's really how it works in real life. Is that you can't just smack into somebody and they go off unless you do it right.
This isn't like Burnout where you bang into something and it goes kaboom and then your car gets regenerated 3 seconds later. This is like you slam into someone, your axle goes, and you're screwed.
Yeah, exactly. So I could see a showcase on that. I don't know how in depth it'll be. So I'm not entirely sure.
I'm a little skeptical because Microsoft did a lot for me last year, but it didn't wow me like Bethesda did. So bless you. But we'll see what happens.
Xbox Slim.
You want to go into that?
That leaked.
Yeah. Well, that leaked, right?
So Xbox Slim.
Give me a good price right now. The regular Xbox.
$299 is the rumored price.
Oh, you motherfuckers!
Steep price, but that means
that's a good thing for me.
That's the same price as right now with the Xbox.
Yeah,
Slim.
so that means that we're gonna get a price drop on the Xbox.
Regular Xbox is like between $350 and $400 is the price for it right now.
No, it's $300 at the moment, and then they're gonna go up. But once they reveal the Slim, then the Slim's gonna take over.
Yeah.
My thought to you guys is this: do we see the upgraded Xbox, the codename Scorpion, that's supposed to be fantastical?
Modular, yes.
You see that too?
Yes. Phil Spencer has been very adamant about this modular console generation. Mm-hmm. And I think what he wants to do is turn console gaming into PC gaming and kind of bridge the gap.
Yeah.
Bridge the gap between the two.
Yep.
So that then, they can offer the same kind of gaming experience for everybody, right? So something like Quake could come out for everybody instead of it just being PC, bro. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. I think Phil Spencer has been very adamant about this, and I think that he wants to showcase what it is that they're really looking at when they talk about a modular Xbox One or Xbox console.
Yeah. So
we'll see how it goes. I already know that Google has their phone that's coming out that's supposed to be modular, so it might be prime time for Phil Spencer to showcase this and say, no, it's not as bad as you think it is.
I agree.
Sorry, I'm playing around. Fable, anything?
Fable? No.
Dead.
Card game.
Halo Wars.
That's worse than being dead.
Halo Wars?
2. Release date?
Well, I said
Gameplay
you're
demo?
gonna get a Halo. There's gonna be something about Halo.
Yeah, well, Halo Wars 2 was announced last year.
Yeah.
Do we see a release date? Do we see a demo?
No.
On either one?
I don't think you're gonna get a full feature on Halo Wars. Halo Wars was not a very popular title when it came out.
Do you see a release date?
I don't see them spending a lot of time on it. So for it to
Halo
be even
Wars?
worthy of a release date, I don't know. They might try to emphasize it, but if they do, they're mistaken to do that. People don't want that because Halo Wars wasn't a very popular title.
Yeah, and you just put out Halo 5 less than a year.
Yeah, but at the same time, people are expecting to hear about Halo. So somebody wants some information about a Halo game. Yeah. Halo Wars is not the title to utilize.
No, I don't think so.
Crackdown 3.
Crackdown 3 would be awesome. Is that an Xbox title? I thought that was a cross-platform.
Nope, Xbox.
It was a cross-platform back, and then Microsoft picked it up.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I Crackdown for PlayStation 2, I think.
Okay.
Are you excited for Crackdown 3?
Yeah, I liked Crackdown 2. I thought it was awesome.
I never played it.
You never
talk to me about it.
I thought it was awesome. It was kind of like a lot of the things you see in gaming now. I saw first in Crackdown 3, right? Upgradable open world RPG style gameplay. It was like Grand Theft Auto. Excuse me. Grand Theft Auto had collectibles, but Crackdown 2 had collectibles that upgraded you.
Yep.
As a being, right? So you could jump higher, run faster, run farther, run for longer, lift heavier things and do bigger damage bonuses and fly farther and stuff like that. And I really liked that experience. It got kind of repetitive, but I never felt like it was repetitive when I played the game. Now looking back, I was like, wow, that was a really fucking repetitive game. Why did I like that? But I would like to see a new Crackdown 3 out. I would love to, because I thought that game was absolutely phenomenal.
Well, we saw it last year. We're going to see it again this year. I'm thinking it's going to have a date. It's going to have a release.
I want them to do something good with it, though. I don't want it to just be like a cheesy fucking open world RPG game, Like, Wild Hunt draws a lot of inspiration from Crackdown, It does. Like, there's Grand Theft Auto as an open world game. There's Assassin's Creed as an open world game.
Metal Gear Solid as
an open world game. But really, Crackdown was the one that kind of started those concepts. Like not the open world, but the upgradable open worlds, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be interesting to see what they do with that. I would like more in depth, more gameplay of Crackdown, more ability, like checklists, like, oh, this is what you can do. This is how we're improving the game. We're gonna make it as fun as and as entertaining and as different as tons of other games.
Hold on.
Wrong way. There you go. Beautiful.
We're back.
Right.
No.
Excuse me.
That's been bugging me since last time. I'm like, it's not a damn frame. See? Now we're all in there.
Oh, there we go.
Perfect.
That's because I leaned back. Like, before I was like this and I was in frame. You see that gap now?
Yeah. Sorry, working on the bugs
back like this.
But no, that way now you have a little leaning room where all the shots are at.
I'm a lazy son of a bitch, that's why.
Yeah, so am I. This chair doesn't do me justice. But anyway, back to Microsoft. Sorry.
Let's talk about Recore.
Recore. I'm excited for this game.
I'm so fucking stoked for this.
As you know, that the game got basically leaked of a date. The date being September 13th or September 16th. No. 13th in North America, 16th in Europe. I apologize. But basically, it was originally set for spring 2016, but now it's going to be delayed. But now the official date is September 13th.
See, Recore worries me a little bit, and I'll tell you why. It's an interesting concept.
Bless you.
But it seems like a concept that is very... Okay,
throw this Neo.
It seems like a concept that is very easy to get generic. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that they don't just use that concept as a way to just like as a gimmick. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that there's some creative uses that they're utilizing for that recall, the title function, which is Recore. So I'm hoping that there's some very creative uses that can go along with it. Not just I'm plugging this core into a bot and all of a sudden the bot does all this work and I have no control over it. That would seem very generic and bullshitty. I want something intriguing to happen. I don't want. That's my concern. Is that like how do I control that? How do I control the core? So when I recore it, how do I control whatever that thing becomes now? Like it starts off as a dog, then it becomes a mining machine, then it becomes a giant, or whatever it is that it becomes. How do I control that, and how do I utilize that thing's abilities? Or is it just thinking for itself? Mm-hmm. So that's a very difficult place to be. Like I can't have it just thinking for itself. You need to give me full control over that, and I need to be able to utilize that to my abilities. That's the only way that game can become a good game. Because if it's not, if it's just a bot that's following me around, we already know how that works, how an AI system works. It's going to be stupid. It's going to be doing dumb shit. It's going to be doing dumb shit.
Well, then maybe you teach it to become smarter. You never know.
Yeah.
Maybe it starts out dumb as a rock and it's kind of like a child. Not nurture, but you teach it how to do this, that, and then it gets smarter.
That would be interesting to see like a Kirby effect on that. You know?
I would like that.
Not a Kirby. What was that little thing called?
Which game?
That little fucking thing that they had back in the 90s. That little fucking thing that used to learn English as it went on.
Tamagotchi?
No, not Tamagotchi.
Furby.
Furby, there we go.
Furby. Okay.
Yeah. One of those like a Furby effect where it learns as it goes. That'd be interesting.
I would love it if, say, like, it starts out small, but then say the creature gets damaged in the dog and you put in something else. You then can make whatever that thing is, like, say if it's a robot, you make it simple, stupid robot, and then you can teach it to become smarter and do this, and then literally it gets like you can build with it, like you can add parts to it to make it like bigger.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that's what they're going for.
I would love if you could do that.
It seems like it's like a plug and play kind of thing. Like here's a robot that requires a core. Now you have a dog. He blows himself up to defend you and destroy all this whatever, and then the core maintains itself, and then you put that into something else, and that something else already has its functionality that you need to utilize to.
I would love if like it has a functionality yet it still remembers that like it used to be a dog.
Yeah,
now it's something
that would
new.
be interesting. Yeah, and it's like kind of discovering
Kind of like
what
a familiar. That's what.
That would be interesting. I just don't know how they're gonna pull it off, and I want to see more about how they pull it off before I'm very excited about it. I'm just kind of on the fence because I'm worried about what it is that their intentions are with that possibility.
I would totally hate it if, say, how you said that. Say you take the core, you put it in something else, and it's just a dumb as shit fucking AI following you around. I would hate that because like, look, man, this game looks so good, yet you're gonna make it just a dumb fucking AI walking around. Come on.
And then like the gimmicky part would be so obvious when you put it into something and suddenly it's like 10 times smarter.
Yeah.
Or it does, like all of a sudden it has no idea that it used to be a dog. Like then it becomes a fucking gimmick, right? You take this out and now it's acting completely different. It's not doing the same things that it would have done. It's not behaving the same way that it would have behaved because it's a completely new robot and you're treating it as a completely new robot. So that would just make it very gimmicky and disgusting. It has to streamline and it has to feel natural, you know?
Yeah. So what do you think, Petey Boy?
I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm
just... Metroid Prime. Makers, like, come on. Inafune, come on. Oh, I'm excited to see gameplay. I want to see gameplay. Then I'll make my thoughts on it. A couple more things, because we're going to be running out of time. Press conference
we got
start soon.
13 minutes.
I'm talking to you guys about Sea of Thieves.
Never heard of it.
What is that?
Okay, let me explain to you what the Sea of Thieves were. Now, I remember it getting mentioned on many different things, and I remember it from last year, but I wasn't sold. So right before we went on this pre-show, I checked out the trailer once again. Sea of Thieves is an upcoming adventure video game developed by Rare.
Ooh. Rare's been working very closely with Microsoft.
And published by Microsoft for Microsoft Windows and Xbox One. There's no current release date, but the game has elements of first-person gameplay. So, from what I got from the trailer, is a lot like Skyrim, in a swashbuckling pirate-themed game.
Interesting.
I saw the look of it. It kind of looked like Adventures of Monkey Island a little.
Okay.
Just a little hint of it.
Interesting.
Not a point click, but just a whole pirate thing.
I'm excited because it's Rare, number one. Seeing this, I love the pirate theme and everything like that. I want to see more. I want to see a demo. I want to see a release date. I want to see, and I would not be surprised if it's this year. I would not be surprised if Microsoft does another thing where they say, all right, we're having Gears of War in September, we'd have Sea of Thieves in October, and Halo Wars in November. This is another year of Xbox.
Here's the problem with Microsoft. Last year, their biggest thing coming to the stage, and I feel, was backwards compatibility.
Yeah, of course.
That was the biggest thing that they had. So this year, what is their biggest thing going to be? So I'm a little worried about what they have to bring to the table. Recore can't be it. Rare is nice, and then that was another thing. Rare 30 for 30 they did last year.
Yeah.
But Rare, I think the teaser, the Rare 30 for 30 was a teaser for this year, and I'm hoping that Rare blows it out of the park. I mean, Rare is pretty good about.
Oh yeah, their franchises are amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, you look at their franchise. You have Banjo-Kazooie,
Yeah.
Battletoads, Donkey Kong Country, Perfect Dark.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just hoping that they still have their fucking game, that they're still sharp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
They have to let Rare do the full game itself, publishing, not have any Microsoft input, because case in point, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts was a Rare game, but Microsoft had their hand in the cookie jar the whole development, and the game shit the bed.
Yeah, but Halo 4 is a fucking Microsoft game through and through. No, and that game didn't shit the bed, you know what I'm saying?
I'm saying because it's a Rare game that
No, but Halo is a Bungie franchise.
I'm confused. Right?
Halo is a Bungie franchise.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about
Microsoft took over for Halo 4.
And
that's why they gave it to 343.
You know?
Fair point.
You know what I'm saying? So Microsoft seems to have learned from its mistakes recently.
I'll give you that point.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Got it.
So they seem to understand what really goes into a game instead of So I feel like Microsoft having their hands in the cookie jar at this juncture might not be a bad thing.
You got a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
Very good point.
Because everybody was worried about that. Everybody was worried, oh, Microsoft's going to fuck it up. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. And then Halo 4 came out, and we're like, holy shit, this is actually... I could get behind this. Yeah.
Halo Bungie.
Moving on.
Oh, God.
Summer of Arcade. Do we see a return of Summer of Arcade?
Why do you bring that up?
What's Summer of Arcade?
Because there's been a lot of teases. Summer Arcade, let me explain, was... Back in the day, they would have 5 great indie games. Games like Limbo, all these type of games. And basically you would buy 3 and you would get 1 for free. And it was like this really, just the marquee titles of indie games. I mean, if you give me a second,
I'm not going anywhere.
Let me just take a look here. You had, last year it was 2013. And they had, games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Out of the Shadows, Flashback, Brother of Tale of Two Sons. The year before that, they had Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD. They had Dusk. They had Hybrid. They had Deadlight. The year before that was Bastion, From Dust, Fruit Ninja Connect. The year before that, they had Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light, Limbo, Castlevania. You know, they have all these great, 2009, they had Explosion Man, Shadow Complex.
Explosion Man is fucking fun, dude.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time Reshelled, Trials, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So I want to see this come back because these are just great games that just dominate everything. And I hope that Phil Spencer comes and says, you know what, remember Inside, the game from the Playdead developers of Limbo? It's on Summer of Arcade. You know this game? This is now on Summer of Arcade. And just keep hitting. Cuphead.
We're still waiting on that.
Do you see a release date for Cuphead?
Cuphead.
That indie
It'd be
game.
nice. I know which game you're talking about. Cuphead would be nice to get a release date. But I mean, we've been so fucking back and forth with that. You know what I mean? It's been release date, push back. Release date, push back. Release date, push back. So...
What about, do we see any third parties
Hopefully.
with Microsoft? And who would we see? Do you see a case where, and I'm just paraphrasing, you see backwards compatibility? They say, here's a whole bunch of games backwards compatibility. Especially here is Red Dead Redemption backwards compatibility. Talking about Red Dead Redemption, let's bring up Rockstar. And then Rockstar comes out. I know it would, but I'm saying something to that effect. Hey, we're bringing back this backwards compatibility, but it's because, and somebody comes out and does that thing.
That'd be interesting. I could see them talking about some backwards compatibility, some new titles for backwards compatibility. The problem is Microsoft and Phil Spencer being who they are. I could see that top 10 list that I read off a couple of weeks back that I was absolutely infuriated about being the stuff that they released.
Deliver.
Yeah, and 7 of those are Call of Duty titles.
Yeah, but then you also get your BioShocks getting closer and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
I know.
7 out of the 10 are Call of Duty titles of that top 10 list.
That's retarded.
Yeah, so I could see them doing something like that, which would anger me.
Resident Evil 7. Will we see it on Microsoft stage? Or will we see it at Sony?
I think we're going to see it at Sony.
I feel it will be at Microsoft.
Depends on how Microsoft has played its cards. I can't say for certain if Capcom would partner up with Microsoft. I think Capcom.
I'm not saying just have Resident Evil debut.
Remember when you come on stage with the console maker, then you're picking sides. That's the reason why Call of Duty last year was a Sony title, was because of the fact that they came out on stage with Sony.
Yeah, but they used to do that with Xbox.
Yes, but you pick a side when you do that.
Yeah, of course.
So the moment you pick a side, you come out on stage with somebody.
Crystal Dynamics making the Tomb Raider Rise of the Tomb Raider a timed exclusive.
Yes, that's the point that I'm making. If you come out on stage with somebody, Capcom isn't going to go with an American company. They're a Japanese company.
So you think they're?
I think they would go with Sony. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not going to go with an American
Take back what
company.
I said.
I don't think so. Especially an American company that's falling behind the Japanese company. So that's just a spit into the face of Sony.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Any other third parties you see? Anybody coming? Do we see a new IP?
Yeah,
Do
we've got to
see
see.
any
We've
big-
got to see a couple of new IPs. That's the only way that Microsoft is going to be able to tread any water in this year. There's got to be some new IPs. If you're going to shove 2 new consoles down my throat, you better have some new IPs. I'm like, if you're going to shove a Slim down my throat and a modular console down my throat, then you better have some new IPs for me to be interested in even looking at those.
Yeah.
HoloLens is making an appearance also.
I don't see that.
Nice.
I don't
HoloLens
see
is
that.
absolutely making an appearance.
Shut up.
Every single conference we've looked at so far has said VR. If you think HoloLens is not making an appearance, you're absolutely out of your
But
mind.
do you see it spending a lot of time on it?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I see maybe 10 minutes tops.
Like
on
last year?
it. Yeah. I don't see very much.
I see HoloLens coming back with a vengeance.
See, I don't know about that. I'm going to argue with that statement. So what are we most excited to see from Microsoft?
HoloLens.
Okay.
Reggie.
Reggie coming on stage.
Recore.
You will lose your shit.
Recore or something from Rare.
I am interested in Sea of Thieves. After watching this trailer and with Rare, I want to see what they deliver.
I'm actually interested to see how many new IPs they introduce. If they don't introduce any new IPs, I'm giving them a
I would not. I don't think I would
But-
hate that much, but I know what
but
you mean.
yeah,
by what
like
you're
like
saying.
if none of those titles appeared, then it would be like, all right, you just wasted an hour of my time, an hour and a half of my time.
Let me see.
I want to see what the Slim is gonna do.
You want to see what the Slim is going to do?
Because it might get me to finally crack on that Xbox purchase.
Like I said, the Slim is rumored to be $299, so hopefully it looks nice. Looks just shrunk it down. What do you think that Xbox will lead off with?
I think they lead off the Slim since it leaked.
Nah, I don't think though. I think that's a mid conference thing. Hardware for Microsoft always ends up being a mid conference. They usually do hardware in the middle of everything. Recore. I would say Recore.
Recore's just starting.
Yeah, I would say Recore.
I could see it starting because of the leak, and then to get it out of the way and be like, okay, here you've heard about it, but here's the official gameplay.
Yeah.
Here's the release date, and then that way the rest of it be surprise. I see them ending with either Gears of War or Halo Wars.
Okay.
Those are the two I see ending.
Yeah. I could see Recore starting it off. Actually, this is how it starts off. Phil Spencer comes out on stage, talks to you for about 15 minutes, and then Recore.
This is all about the gamers. On the sideboard, before the press conference starts, I want to thank everybody for watching this pre-show.
Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
We're going to have the live, full, uninterrupted Microsoft press conference right after our pre-show. And then right after that ends, you come right back here for our post and reactions on the press conference. Was Nick right? Was I right? You know, it never...
Did you just sit back and watch?
That's it. Besides that, thank you guys for watching. Remember, also we are also doing Ubisoft today at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time for our pre-show, and 4 o'clock starts the press conference. Should probably be about an hour, and then come back right here at 5 for our post-show, and then 8:30 p.m. is our Sony pre-E3, where we're gonna have a couple of we're gonna play a little game, and then we're gonna have our press conference of Sony, and then our post-show of Sony, where we see who won the game for Sony.
Oh, all right. Sounds good.
No PC. Sorry, I don't care about a colored keyboard.
or a new type of mouse. Sorry.
But let's see. What do we got? I think it's coming.
Is
up
that really what the
Thursday.
PC conferences are all about? Is it just like hardware?
No, it's not all about hardware.
So Quake is going to appear on.
Yeah, it will
on
be
the
like
PC.
Quake. It will be like Civilization stuff that's like from the PC gaming thing. Like I said, I don't hate on the PC.
League of Legends.
But yeah, Oh, here's a new Dota update. You know, it's gonna be stuff like that, which you know what's gonna happen. You know.
Yeah.
But besides that, I think Microsoft should be starting in any couple minutes. But if you guys have any questions, of course, we'll be in the comments. If you want to talk to us, I'll be right here answering everybody's questions and desires. Would you like to see anything crazy from Microsoft?
Yeah, I want to see them absolutely blow this out of the water. They need it. You know, them and Nintendo.
Especially after Bethesda, right?
Yeah, especially after Bethesda. Bethesda fucking killed it, bro. I mean, they fucking.
I did pre-order that collector's edition.
They fucking like that's how good they were. Was that you immediately after the conference were too busy pre-ordering in order to have a discussion about what.
Damn right.
Like that's that's how good it was of a conference. So I want to see them blow it out of the water because they need it. It's sad that these guys are getting blown out of the water by Bethesda, who just seems to know what they're doing every single time they come to this conference.
I agree.
What? Hold on. Do we have a conference? Hold on. I think just a press conference. Press conference. Enjoy.
See you guys.
Wow, on time.
Show begin.
No, it's loading.
Yeah, it's up.
Come on.
You there yet?
No. Let's refresh this.
Something's happening. Introducing the Xbox S.
Come on.
There's the Xbox Slim.
Told you.
What the fuck is it doing? There we go.
Ooh. Volume.
Ooh, is the mic still on?
I got no volume, bro.
Oh, because didn't you mute it?
Up to this moment to stand together right here, right now.
This way. They murdered her, and they all gonna die now.
This isn't.
Good morning, everyone. We are pleased to welcome the new Xbox One S console. The smallest Xbox One yet, the Xbox One family of devices starting this August. On behalf of Team Xbox, I'd like to welcome you to what I believe is going to be a special show for us, our fans, and what we expect to be another great E3 for the industry. Welcome to those of you here with us at the Gaylord Center, and welcome to the millions. So let's kick things off with one of our most acclaimed game franchises in history. Please welcome from the Coalition Studio
Here's
here co-creator, my friend, Ron Ferguson. Thanks, Joe. I'll let HDR get this. The new Xbox One S delivers. Gears 4 will also be one of the first titles in the the official league, you get to own it and play it on both Xbox One and Windows 10 PC. That's to get progress and your achievements saved on Xbox Live and shared across both platforms, all at no additional cost to you. And beyond that, when Gears 4 is released on both platforms this October, every co-op mode of the game will support crossplay. So players on Xbox One and Windows 10 play together through the co-op campaign, co-op multiplayer, and yes, even the ultimate award mode. Exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. That quick planning thing works. I said you wait it out.
Yeah, not very good safely.
Okay, ready or not, let's get back out there. Wow!
Take cover! Storm is tearing this damn apart!
Jubies! Take it! And now we've got drones!
Fire out!
You're done!
Take that!
Now what?
Now we get across! Hold up, there's a turret! Damn it! It's dug in! I can't get a shot!
Any ideas?
Hey, not this! What are you doing? That thing's been down a long time! I know, but I'm hoping its bombs still have a little hit left in them. Hey, use the siege beast to rain some hell down on that turret! There it is again!